Welcome out to Bryan High School, where tonight the Bryan Golden Bears play host to the Blue Streaks of Archbold. Before we get started, though, we're recognizing our senior athletes that were a part of the state tournament this year, and we'll send it down to our public address announcer, Aaron Hughes, for that recognition.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take a moment right now to recognize those Bryan athletes that made it to state in their respective fall sports. First off, for girls tennis, the doubles team of junior Emily Bassett and sophomore Reese Grothaus. Emily is the daughter of Chad and Kim Bassett, and she is a 3-year letter winner in tennis. Reese is the daughter of Matt and Liz Grothaus and is a sophomore who played her first competitive season in tennis this past fall. The duo finished the 2020 season with 25 wins and upset the number 2 seed and the number 1 seed at districts to advance to state. They lost their opening match at state 6-2, 6-2 to a team from perennial power Shaker Heights Hathaway Brown. The girls team is coached by Mitchell Owens and Tiffany Short. Ladies and gentlemen, Emily Bassett and Reese Grothaus, congratulations. Up next, cross country, junior Joshua Taylor. Josh is the son of Jeff and Amy Taylor. Joshua is a 3-year letter winner and was NWAL runner-up at the 2020 meet. Joshua broke a 25-year-old school record with a time of 16 minutes over the 3.1-mile course. Joshua made his second trip to the OHSA cross-country state finals meet this season. Joshua's 19th place finish overall out of 168 runners earned him all Ohio honors for this season. And the cross-country team is coached by Matt Collin and Garrett Klecker. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Taylor. One more time for Emily, Reese, and Josh. Congratulations, guys, for making it to state in your respective sports.
All right, nice recognition there for the 3 athletes that went to state this year. Chris Malenga alongside Brian Arnold, and Coach, definitely 3 good kids, and, really exciting, especially Reese Grothaus in her first year in tennis making it to state.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive accomplishment for anybody, and all 3 kids coming back next year.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're excited about that. So we are here. It's going to be Bryan and Archbold getting set to do battle. We're going to take our first time out after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success. At American Family Insurance, they know your life has many moving parts. From your 4 wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family, they'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection so you can keep dreaming towards what's next. For details, contact Danielle Van Atta, agent. Call 419-636-0408 or stop by 1318 East High Street, Suite A. And the Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Imagine owning a newer home with 5 private acres, nearly 3,000 square feet of living space, plus a finished basement, a pole barn, covered porch, and more. Now stop imagining and call the Amerimaid Realty team and ask about 4657 Rosedale Road in Hicksville. This incredible 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath home is available for sale and located in the Central Local School District. Phone Amerimaid Realty today at 636-7653. 636 sold. Amerimaid Realty, your hometown real estate.
Loved one passes away, there are all kinds of decisions to make for funeral arrangements.
But one thing you can do now to make it easier on your loved ones is to pick out a memorial. I'm Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio.
And I'm Sally Jo Metzger. We're here to take the burden off of your family with just a conversation.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
As we enjoy football this fall, we're reminded that winter isn't that far away. Now's the time to get your furnace checked out, and you can do that with confidence by calling Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services. Take advantage of $25 off on the fall furnace tune-up. Also, if you're looking to purchase a new Lennox system, ask about an offer of up to a $1,350 rebate or 6 months no payments on qualifying Lennox equipment purchased between September 7th and November 27th. For all of your heating and plumbing needs year-round, call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services today, 1-800-329-40.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Contact Rick Taylor Insurance Agency of Bryan for more information today.
I'm Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. We know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow, so we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning.
I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area with a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Good evening, everybody. Once again, Chris Malenga and Bryan Arnold with you here as Bryan. The boys play host to the Blue Streaks of Archbold. Now, Bryan sitting at 2-8 on the season, 0-1 in the NWAL. Archbold 8-3, 1-0 in the league. But you know what, Coach? 3 straight single-digit losses in which they led most of the game for the last 3 games, including losses to Salina, Wauseon, and Bowling Green. So the team is turning a corner.
They are. And frustrating losses, but looking at the overall picture, they've got to be happy with the fact that they're playing good basketball. They've been in the lead, like you said, against all 3 of those teams. They're in the lead late.
Yep.
Now, those games, they had a chance to win every one of them, so it's just a matter of finding a way to finish. We've got seniors, we've got kids who have a lot of varsity experience, and it's time for them, those guys, to step up and say, follow me to the end and show these kids how to finish a ball game.
Archbold has won 5 straight. Their last game was on Tuesday night. They defeated Edgerton 41-28. And they won 8 of the last 10 against the Golden Bears. But rumor has it, and I haven't been able to confirm this, but DJ Newman might be out for the Archbold Blue Streaks tonight, and he is one of their best players.
Yeah, it sounds like the leading scorer is out. A COVID contact casualty at this point. Like you said, that was the word that we've gotten so far today. So we'll see what that means. You know, if you look at the Archbold lineup, the one thing that I noticed looking at their stat sheet, they've got out of their 11 games, only 3 of their players have played all 11 games. And they supposedly Noah Gomez, the senior, is back tonight for them, but he's only played 3 games. And then it's a mix of 6 games, 9 games, 8 games. So, yeah, I don't know what that means. It's interesting. I was talking to Coach Chad Bassett today a little bit, and the one thing that he said was, you know, you hear a score, you know, Bryan beats Hicksville by 15. Well, in 2020, 2021, one of the first things you say is, all right, well, who was in and who was out? Who was there and who wasn't? So even trying to get comparative scores against common opponents, it's really hard to get a good judge on what's happening everywhere, because your first question is, who's out and who's in?
Absolutely. And, you know, I talked to Coach Joe Franco from Archbold, and, you know, he said that their starting 5 has played 1 game together this year. Their starting 5 has played 1 game together. And so they have 3 starters back from last year, and 2 are going to be available tonight. And so, you know, that has a lot of inexperience, you know, out on that floor, and a lot of, you know, team chemistry, I guess. And when you're talking over on the Bryan sideline, yes, Bryan has had COVID issues, and it was early in the season. It was affected the entire team. but knock on wood, they've had a little bit of better situation as the season went on. One thing we do want to mention, though, tonight, Brandon Fisher, the head coach of the Bryan Golden Bears, is not here in COVID protocol, and so for his first ever varsity head coaching job tonight, it is going to be Mook Roofer. I had a chance to talk with Mook last night and kind of preview this game, talk about the team and how they're preparing for Archbold. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will have that interview back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
This, Mr. Stanton, is the Ford F-150. It is the all-time best-selling truck in history of the world. Recently intercepted engineering designs show that it, the new Ford Mach-E, and the Ford Bronco are about to cause dramatic changes to the transportation industry. Your mission, if you and your team choose to accept it, is to expose these revolutionary vehicles to the world. This message will self-destruct.
Are you interested in a bachelor's degree? Did you know you can get your start at Northwest State, save thousands on tuition, and get your credits transferred to the four-year school of your choice? For more information on the NSCC Bachelor's Bound pathway, contact our advising center today or stop by. All roads begin at Northwest State.
Looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions.
Welcome out on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Chris Malanga alongside Mook Roofer is the acting head coach tonight. Coach Fisher out right now, and you're up. And is this the first game you've ever been a varsity head coach for?
Yeah, it's been a while coming, and definitely wasn't the way I expected it to. But yeah, it's been 40 long years, and here I am. So
you got a couple of good guys that have been varsity coaches sitting on the bench beside you, though. So I'm sure they're going to be helping you out for sure.
Oh yeah, and they've already been a huge help. Steve Lamberson and Chad Bass have been a huge help this week, and along with some of our younger assistants and stuff, Lennon and Peyton Speece, and then Jaden Valderas, and I've been in contact with Coach Fisher. He's given us some write ups and stuff, and broke down some tape for us too. So everybody's been pitching in, and it's been good.
That's awesome. Well, just taking a look at your record, 2-8 on the season. The last three games have just been so close. I mean, real close, real well played games. You want to talk just briefly about that BG, Wauseon, and Salina game? Those three.
Yeah.
Games?
I guess if you go back to Salina, I think that ended up in overtime.
Yep.
I think we trailed towards the end, which is a little bit different. Wauseon and in BG, we were kind of up at the end and kind of lost it, and we just had trouble finishing. We haven't been real consistent, and our 2-8 record shows that right now. So we've put them in situations, end of game situations, a lot this week, and try to just work on that aspect a lot, along with a lot of other things, preparing for Archbold and Van Wert and those type of things. But that's been a pretty big focus on how we're going to finish a game.
Absolutely. So you played last on Saturday, so you've had a long layoff. How does that factor into getting ready for a Friday night game after you played the Saturday before?
We play so many back-to-back weekends, Friday, Saturday. I don't really consider this a long weekend or a long layoff. It's just what it is. Typically with boys, you're going to play Friday and Saturday nights most of the time. So that's kind of the trick too, where you got to prepare for. I think you got to prepare for two teams throughout those 4 days.
Right.
Specifically because we'll walk through Van Wert stuff on Saturday, but you really got to be preparing for them because their record doesn't really show up, but they're a lot better than what their record is right now, and they're going to give us a good test. So it's kind of a challenge mixing and matching throughout the week, but I think the kids have been pretty receptive to it, and I think we've had a pretty good week of practice.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Archbold comes in on the season. I got to flip my page here. 8-3, I believe. Yep, 1-0 in the league. But I was talking to Coach Frank, and they've only had one game where they've had all 5 of their starters in, so it's kind of next man up. And you guys are well aware of what protocols and things like that can do because you had the first couple of weeks eliminated with you guys. So how does that, as a coach, how do you deal with that?
We've both been hit by it, but we've kind of had different scenarios. I wouldn't say fortunate, but we had the luxury of everybody was shut down, so we were just done. You know, and Coach Frank, I think he's obviously with an 8-3 record, not having all starters and stuff. That's a testament to how good a coach he is. And you know, we're at least as far as we've heard, the Newman kid is not going to be with them, which is a big asset to them. He might be their best player, but they did get a couple kids back. The Kmart kid back, plays inside and pops a little bit outside, and then the Gomez kid, who's a tough guard. Plays pretty solid defense and put her on the floor. So they lost one, but they got a few back too. In you know, last couple games they've had those kids and they've played pretty well. We've seen them on film quite a bit.
So what does Archbold bring to the table? What do you have to deal with? I just look kind of quickly down their roster. It doesn't look like they have a ton of size, but so what are we dealing with?
They might not have a ton of size, but the Kmart kid is 6'5" inside, lefty, and he's going to give us troubles. Titus Rohr is going to have a big game, not just on the offensive end, but the defensive end. And they got two decent shooter. Well, one real good shooter and then one pretty solid shooter, both Roths. Their dad was a heck of a player back in the 90s. If anybody ever remembers that, Keith Roth, heck of a player, took them to state semifinals. So they got that in their blood. And then the Gomez kid, point guard's a real nice point guard, just kind of hard nosed and gets after people. So I wouldn't say they necessarily have a lack of height. I think they'll probably match up with us, because if you take Titus Rohr out of our lineup, we're not overly huge either. You know, Cannon and Dakota are decent size, but they're not the big boys like what Titus brings to the table. So.
Now, the games that we've seen, the teams have really focused on Titus Rohr underneath, inside. When that happens, are you just looking for outside shooters to step up?
Well, and that's something we've been trying to develop, because early in the year, if you come watch us at all, or if you've seen us in BMU, and we appreciate the coverage, we've struggled from the outside. You know, there's no doubt about it if you know anything about basketball. And I think it has gotten better. I think it was a Wasion game. Evan Cox hit 3 threes, and then I think we had 6 or 7. So Evan got 3, and we had 3 or 4 other kids. So I think we're coming. We're still not there yet, but we've talked a lot and harped on the kids a lot about what types of shots we're getting. And, you know, we're not opposed to them shooting threes, but we want them to be, first off, better prepared to shoot, which we've struggled with, right. And then also taking good shots in good situations, because we talk, not to get into too much detail, but we talk about where the pass is coming from, and there's certain passes we want to shoot the shot, and there's other passes we don't want to. We're either going to attack or we need to get rid of the ball and move it.
On the defensive side, what are you guys going to have to do against Archbold?
I think limit their threes. The older Roth kid can really shoot it. If we're not with him, it's going to be a long night for us. Slowing down the Kmart kid inside is going to be key. And then I think a big one is how well we handle their pressure. They're going to trap us full court. They're going to trap us in a half court, and they're going to get after us defensively, and they're going to pressure us. And we, to be honest with you, we have not handled that real well up to this point in the year. Hopefully it's gotten better. We ran them through a lot of traps and trapping scenarios and stuff, especially tonight. Kind of tried to toughen them up a little bit, let them beat on each other a little bit, because I think that's what BG did to us Saturday. Just kind of went up and took it from us, and we weren't real strong with the ball. So we've tried to drill some things here and there to hopefully help that, but we'll see. I think handling the pressure is going to be a big key for us.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you can get varsity win number 1 as the head coach, and get the Golden Bears going the right direction, and hopefully then spearhead that to win tomorrow against Van Wert.
This, Mr. Stanton, is the Ford F-150. It is the all-time best-selling truck in history of the world. Recently intercepted engineering designs show that it, the new Ford Mach-E, and the Ford Bronco are about to cause dramatic changes to the transportation industry. Your mission, if you and your team choose to accept it, is to expose these revolutionary vehicles to the world. This message will self-destruct.
Krill Funeral Service, we know family is a broad term. A family member comes in all sizes and shapes. They can also be fluffy with 4 legs and a tail, but they're all part of your family. They can go on vacations with us, they're at the center of the parties, and often they're the ones that are there during the toughest of times. When the time comes to say goodbye to those very special family members, we at Krill Funeral Services are here with an environmentally friendly choice for aftercare. Krill Funeral Services, we're here for your entire family.
We know in life that we take time to celebrate life events. We help families honor the lives of those they love by highlighting what made their loved ones special and honoring the legacy that was left.
We are often very busy, but we encourage families to slow down, take time to gather together and celebrate the impact their loved one had on their life. Allow us to work with you when the need arises to create a personalized and meaningful service. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we are always here when you need us.
Back on the Golden Bears Sports Network, Bryan and Archbold, this league battle here on the Golden Bears Sports Network presented by BMU. Chris Malenga and Bryan Arnold here with you. And we talked about Bryan being able the last 3 games to kind of have a lead into the fourth quarter late in the game and just not able to close it out. And that's something the Bears are going to need to do tonight against Archbold.
Yeah, take care of the basketball and have good possessions. Watching the last 3 games off of the live streams, not in the gyms, when they got in trouble is when they got pressed a little bit late and didn't take care of the basketball. And we had trouble because I think the way we've been all year is when we really need something, we go to Titus Rohr. And that's great to have a kid to go to, but everybody else knows that too. We're 10 games into the season. There's no secret about if we're going to do things well offensively, Titus is going to have to be the catalyst for that. So hopefully somebody else can step up in those situations. And we've got guys who can do it. It's just a matter of somebody's got to see the ball go through the net in a big situation and have that help them puff their chest out a little bit and say, yep, I can be the man too. And then hopefully when you're in those tight ball games late, you have somebody else will help you finish it.
And the last time we had a broadcast for the boys, it's been a while, against Eastside. Eastside did a masterful job of double and triple teaming Titus Rohr, and then again, you need somebody on the outside to step up when that happens, and that just hasn't been the case so far. But hopefully tonight they can put a complete game together and get a win here, a good league win. And really, as Coach Roofer said, they're going to really have to handle the pressure defense of Archbold, because that's what Archbold wants to do tonight, is to be able to full court press the whole game.
Yep, that's their MO. It always has been. They're going to play, like you said, wall-to-wall, end-line to end-line, good man-to-man. They're going to run and jump a little bit, and they're really active hands.
Absolutely.
Every time you got the ball in your hands, you got to expect 1 or 2 guys on you, and they're not going to let you have much peace and quiet while you've got the ball in your hands.
Well, as looking at common opponents, and again, you said this might be futile to look at common opponents because you don't know who has what.
Right.
Both teams beat Hicksville. They won 51-49 overtime. We won 49-46 in overtime, so pretty similar there. And then Wauseon, Archbold lost to Wauseon the 3rd game of the year, 40-34. Bryan also lost to Wauseon twice. In the holiday tournament, they lost 45-33, but again, last game, 38-35, or 2 games ago, 38-35. So those are the common opponents both teams have played. And again, the story of the game for the Bryan side, Coach Fisher is not with the team tonight for this game, but on the Archbold side, DJ Newman is not with the team. And Newman is the kid, he was their quarterback on the football team, just kind of an all-around good athlete for them. He's averaging 10.2 points per game, and he's going to have him not being there is a tough thing. Ashton Kmeyer came in and had 12 points and 8 of 10 free throws in Archbold's last game. So again, he's a guy that's really stepped up and for Archbold. So it's kind of, this whole mentality all year for every team is next man up when you're looking at the situation everybody's in.
Yeah, and I guess as a coach, that's kind of a cool thing with the whole situation for every team, is it does put a little challenge to your team, challenge to your players. So for Archbold, they've got another player averaging 11, another player averaging 8, another averaging 7. But losing a kid like DJ Newman's a hole regardless. Like you said, 3-sport athlete, tremendous athlete in everything that he does, a leader, something that these kids look to. So it'll be interesting to see who steps up for the Blue Streaks.
Absolutely. So we're getting ready to get this one underway, and we're gonna leave it here. The Bryan High School Pep Band is going to be doing our national anthem tonight, so we are going to stay here and send it down to our public address announcer.
Servicemen and women currently deployed throughout our communities and those that came before us. To thank these extraordinary men and women and to honor our great nation, would you please rise in the playing of our national anthem?
School Pep Band, our national anthem, and our time for the starting lineups presented by American Family Insurance. Danielle Van Atta, agent.
Set by the OHSAA and have been approved for their important role in tonight's games. Our officials are Mr. Roger Actor, Alan Davis, and David Rowe. Gentlemen, welcome to Bryan High School. Now let's meet the teams. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Archbold boys. Starters for Archbold, number 2, Noah Gomez. Number 4, Alex Roth. Number 11, Ashton Kmeyer. Number 20, Austin Roth. And number 21, Trey Theobald. Varsity coach is Joe Frank, JV coach Zeb Frank, varsity assistant Mike Kennedy, and volunteer Rich Thiel. And now for your Golden Bears. At a guard of 5'9", junior number 2, A.J. Martinez. At a guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 4, Evan Cox. At a forward, a 6'3", senior, number 22, Cannon Lamberson. At a forward, a 6'4", senior, number 32, Dakota Shaw. And at center, a 6'7", senior, number 12, Titus Rohr. Bryan's acting coach tonight for varsity, Eric Roofer, assistant Chad Bassett, assistant Steve Lamberson, and JV coach Jaden Valdez. Let's play ball.
All right, there you have it. Starting 5 for both teams underway. Again, those starting lineups being brought to you by American Family Insurance, Danielle Van Atta, agent. It's going to be Ashton Kmeyer tipping things off against Titus Rohr as we get things started here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Thanks so much for joining us. Tip to Dakota Shaw, and the Bears will have it as A.J. Martinez will bring it up. Martinez will head to the right side, hand off to Cannon Lamberson, then go to Evan Cox, and then deep out to Dakota Shaw. Now to Martinez. Martinez looking to get it in. Then he'll give back to Shaw, top of the key, over to Lamberson. Now Lamberson will drive, then back out to Martinez down low on the wing, right side.
You see already, Titus Rohr made a cut to the block there. Archbold has got 4 eyes on him all the time.
Cox will have it on the right hand, or the left hand side rather. Rohr will set a screen. Cox will dish over to Dakota Shaw. Shaw inside the 3-point arc down low. Gives to Cox. Cox will back in, then back out to Martinez. Martinez will reset working on Noah Gomez.
I'm not sure Ashton Kmeyer's come out of the paint yet. He's on Dakota Shaw for the Bears and not worried really about anywhere where he's going. You can see him right there just sagging in the paint, waiting for cutters. Dakota needs to take advantage, wait for him to turn his back and to hurt Archbold's plan there just like that.
Shaw has it, goes right over Kmeyer for the first 2 points of the game. And Archbold will come the other way with Gomez. Gomez will go left side to Austin Roth. Roth will dribble around and then dish off to Trey Theobald. Then back to Roth. Roth launches a 3. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Cannon Lamberson. Lamberson will give to Martinez. Now Archbold pulled back their pressure and they're getting set up in their man-to-man defense. Gomez on Martinez. Martinez will come inside, hit the deck, no whistle anywhere, and that was an interesting situation.
I'm begging for a travel there. I'm not sure I disagree with him.
Cox with it now, then back out to Titus Rohr. Rohr will go left side to Martinez. Martinez and Gomez working against each other, over to Shaw. Shaw will stop at the foul line, put up another shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Shaw.
Great chase by Dakota Shaw. He's going to have to be aggressive offensive if that's how they're going to choose to play him.
Rohr had it, and then he gives to Lamberson. Lamberson will give back to Martinez. Martinez looks to reset. He'll hand off to Cox on the left wing. Cox goes to drive, and he will pick up a travel as he moved both feet. And that'll be the first turnover for the Bears as they lead 2-0, 5:34 remaining first quarter.
Good patience by the Bears both sets so far, looking for a shot against that good defense.
Alex Roth has it now to Gomez. Now they get it underneath to Trey Theobald. It's a turnover. Martinez will bring it up, and he will dribble away for some pressure and then feed it to Dakota Shaw on the right block. And it'll be turned back over. He was looking for Martinez back out, and Martinez the pass was just wide.
Yeah.
So Gomez will bring it up for the Streaks. Crosses that timeline. Alex Roth on the right wing, now back to Gomez, now over to Austin Roth. Gomez has it, top of the key. He'll work around a screen, put up a shot, and that's good. We have a tie ball game. Noah Gomez, he worked around a screen from Ashton Kmeyer. Now Archbold will put pressure on, and it's Martinez working against Gomez. He'll go right up the sideline. And Gomez will poke it away and will get it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bears. Checking into the game is Keith Heward. The 6-foot senior will check in, and Dakota Shaw will have a seat. 4:50 remaining, 2-2 ball game here.
Gomez, I think I mentioned this earlier, this is just game number 4 for him in game number 12 for the Blue Streak. So he's spent some time. He's got some fresh legs, I guess. If you're a coach, you can say maybe some rust, but also should have some bounce in his step tonight.
That got knocked out of bounds, and Trey Theobald ends up on the Bryan bench. So Cannon Lamberson will look to inbound again. And he gets a timeout called on the Bryan bench because he was having trouble getting it in. So Archbold doing a good job with their screens and their pressure, and it's just been tough for the Bears early on to get past it. Want to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight: Bryan Ford Lincoln, Jason Deach Collision and Custom, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Northwest State Community College, Krill Funeral Service, VMU Cable and High-Speed Internet, and Grimm Paints. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. 4:49 remaining first quarter. We got a 2-2 ball game. Chris Malenga, Bryan Arnold with you here on the GBSN. Got some fans watching the game tonight here, and a good crowd for this boys basketball game here. And it's a 2-2 game early on. Coach, early thoughts?
Well, I think it is what you talked about earlier, really aggressive man-to-man defense by Archbold. I said earlier, I like the patience that the Bears showed our first couple possessions, but then that turned into a couple of turnovers. We've got to take care of the ball. Our possessions have to end with shots.
All right, so Lamberson will inbound on the near sideline here. And looking for some help. He will send it in, and it gets turned over right away as Ashton Kmeyer will just step in front of that. Gomez will bring it up. Gomez will go right side to Alex Roth, then back to Gomez. Now over to Austin Roth. Underneath, then back out to Alex Roth, launching a three, and that makes it 5-2 Archbold.
Archbold shot a lot of threes. I think I had them for 187 threes coming in, and the two Roth boys have shot over 100 of those, so they're going to get their shots up.
They get it over, and Evan Cox will now have it and hand off to Lamberson. Now to Martinez. Now to Titus Rohr down low, left wing. Back out to Shaw. Shaw, dribble, drive, and he loses it to Gomez, and that's a turnover, and Archbold's running the other way right with Gomez. Gomez goes past Evan Cox, misses the shot. Cox will grab the rebound, and the Bears will bring it up. Martinez with it for Bryan. 3:53 and counting first period. 5-2 Bears, or 5-2 Archbold, excuse me. Dakota Shaw with the basketball now. Martinez on the right wing. Martinez launches a three, no good. Rebound will come down to Archbold. That is Trey Theobald. Then it's stolen right away by Martinez as Theobald was trying to make the outlet pass.
Nice heads-up play there defensively for the Bears.
Martinez looks to drive. He'll give to Titus Rohr outside the three-point arc. He'll feed it underneath Shaw. Shaw, one dribble, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound will come down right in the hands of Alex Roth, and Roth is running up. Roth on the left side will back up and set it up, working against A.J. Martinez. He'll come to the top of the key, then dish over to Noah Gomez. Gomez back over to Austin Roth, now top of the key. Austin Roth to Alex Roth, left wing. Now to Gomez. Gomez feeds underneath. Theobald gets free underneath, puts up a shot, up and in. Bears had that well defended, and then Theobald somehow broke past the pressure and got there.
Back line of the zone got a little high. Nice baseline cut by Theobald there, and a good find by the guard.
Bears able to break the pressure. Martinez with it on the right wing or left wing, gives to Titus Rohr. Rohr Foul line, turns, puts up a shot, and good. Titus Rohr backs his way in, and it's 7-4 Archbold.
Nothing easy about that one. He had to work hard for it. I know Coach Frank wanted to travel on that, but he's going to have company down there all night. Good strong move and finish by Titus Rohr.
Gomez will give to Roth on the left wing. Now they'll give to Theobald again. He'll put up a shot with the right hand and in. So Bears 2:09 trail 9-4. They get it down. Noah Gomez intercepts that pass, which was intended for A.J. Martinez, and now Gomez brings it back down. Theobald with it. Now back to Gomez, top of the key. Gomez will go right side to Alex Roth, then right back to Gomez. Now over to Austin Roth. Now back to Gomez again, top of the key. Gomez drives, dishes to Roth. Roth launches a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Titus Rohr, and the Bears will get it up. Evan Cox will bring it up across that timeline. He's working against Alex Roth. Cox loses the basketball, then he gets it back, and Martinez off his hands, and it'll be another turnover for the Bears.
Just suffocating, in your face defense. Cox had a little trouble with it out top, and then the Archbold defender defending all the way out to the sideline, trying to challenge that pass, and the ball went off of Martinez's hands.
Minute 28 and counting, 9-4 Archbold leads here. Austin Roth with it, now back to Alex Roth. Now they'll give underneath to Theobald. Now back to Alex Roth, moves around Dakota Shaw, puts it up and in. 11-4, 1:09 remaining first quarter. Martinez with the basketball, working against Alex Roth. Martinez double teamed. Gets it up to Cannon Lamberson. Lamberson catches, and then it's knocked away by Kmeyer. And Kmeyer will get it to Trey Theobald. Now they'll give it to Alex Roth, who will bring it over. 47 seconds to play here, 11-4 Archbold.
7 early turnovers for the Golden Bears already to 4 points scored. Not the way that Coach Rufer and the staff wanted this to start.
Roth will dribble here, and finally Ethan Cox will come up and give some token pressure. And now he'll back it back. And Archbold's content to just let Alex Roth dribble there right on that end on the Golden Bears and try to get the last shot here of the quarter. They already lead 11-4. Roth will move it over to Austin Roth. Now they'll go underneath to Kmeyer, then back out to Roth. Alex will have it, will almost lose it. 3 seconds to play, knocked out of bounds. It's gonna be off Cannon Lamberson, and Lamberson hit the step pretty tough over there, and it's 2 seconds. Braden Showalter check back in.
Great job by Evan Cox up top, really extending that 2-3 zone and forcing a tough pass. He got his hand on the ball there that was going back to Roth, forced a tough pass from Roth. Need to stop here if you're Bryan.
Roth with it, turns, fires, no good. So at the end of the first quarter of play, it is 11 for Archbold, 4 for Bryan. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
Bryan Athletic Booster to become Bryan Strong. In the past 3 years, the Bryan Athletic Booster Board of Directors has purchased new women's basketball uniforms, new football uniforms, and the Athletic Wall of Fame you can see in the hallway next to the gymnasium at Bryan High School. They have also made donations to the Bryan Soccer Association for the Lighting Project and the Bryan Swim and Dive teams to offset the cost of YMCA diving board and pool equipment. With your contributions, we can accomplish even more. Become a Bryan Strong corporate patron today. Go Bears!
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Start of the second quarter here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Archbold leads Bryan by a score of 11-4. Chris Malenga and Bryan Arnold with you. First quarter thoughts.
Well, if you look at it, Archbold's got everything that they want. They've been able to pressure Bryan. They've already forced 7 turnovers from the Bears, and it's really been that. I think there's only been really 1 unforced error. The rest have been from that pressure defense, and they're shooting the ball really well. They're 5-9 from the field right now, so Bears got to get some stops, get some buckets here, and get their legs underneath them.
Gomez will bring it up. He'll go left side to Trey Theobald, then bounce pass to Gomez. Now they'll go to Kenny Williams, now back to Gomez, now back to Theobald. Theobald working against Martinez, back to Gomez. Gomez looks to go right side, then he'll give to Kenny Williams, back out to Gomez on the right wing. Theobald, back to Gomez. Gomez thought about a three, pulls back, gives to Theobald. Bounce pass underneath to Kmeyer, then cross court to Gomez. Gomez will launch a three. That is no good. Rebound knocked around. At first, Lamberson had it, but got lost to the Archbold Blue Streaks, and Gomez will have it. Gomez to Tyler Hurst, now back to Gomez. They go underneath to Trey Theobald, then back out right side. Three ball in the air is no good for Kenny Williams, and the Bears will get it down quickly. Here is, and they're going to call a charge on Cannon Lamberson. Not entirely sure Gomez got back and got his feet set on that one, but
like a lot of block charge calls, 50-50, good hustle by the Archbold defender, and I like Cannon being aggressive there. Kind of hesitated, just needs to be aggressive and confident and go right to the hoop.
Evan Cox will check in, and Alex Roth will check back in for Archbold. Theobald will inbound underneath the Bryan basket. Bears sitting in 2-3 zone right now. Gomez will bring it up, across that timeline. Goes to his left, then he'll dish to Williams. Now back to Gomez, top of the key, back to Williams. Williams will feed underneath to Hurst, then back out to Gomez. Thought about a three, then back over to Williams. Now to Gomez, it's tipped away. Alex Roth for Archbold able to get down to it. Gomez will have it again, now back to Roth. Roth back to Gomez. Gomez moves to his left, puts up a three and buries it. 10-point lead for Archbold, 14-4, 6:40 remaining here, second quarter.
And Gomez had looked at that three a couple of times in that possession, wasn't sure he wanted to take it. I'm not even sure he was 100% sure he wanted to take that one.
That last time.
It looked like a little bit of a second thought, knocked it down.
Archbold being very patient on the offensive end.
Yeah, you're right. I think both teams are really happy to end up with the shot that they want. They're not forcing.
Showalter will have it after the inbound from Lamberson. Shaw has it now down low on the right wing. He'll give to Cannon Lamberson, top of the key. Lamberson will drive and then give it to Cox on the right wing. Now back over to Shaw, now to Showalter. They feed it underneath to Titus Rohr. He's double teamed on the baseline. He will bounce pass and lose the basketball to Gomez.
Just too deep that time. Good idea by A.J. Martinez, but the pass led him behind the backboard. Once he was back there, it was three defenders essentially on him with the two Archbold players in the glass.
Archbold moving along on the perimeter. Down low, three ball in the air for Kenny Williams is no good. Rebound, it's tipped up, and then Theobald comes down with it. Now Alex Roth. Gomez, three ball from the right wing, tipped away again. Archbold has for shot number three. Alex Roth goes baseline, and Cox will knock it away. And it will stay with Archbold here. 5:37 here, second quarter, 14-4 Streaks.
A couple of big offensive rebounds for the Streaks to keep that possession alive.
Tyler Hurst was in there on both of them.
Good attempt at the tip that he gathered it up. Part of the reason we're in this 2-3 with our big bodies on the back line is to take that away. We've got to do a better job of keeping the Blue Streaks off the boards.
Gomez working against Cox. They get it behind the defense, and Trey Theobald puts it up and in.
Great seal by Theobald on the penetration by Gomez. He stepped right inside Dakota Shaw and got in great position. Nice find by Gomez.
Cox will work it over the timeline, bounce pass over to Lamberson. Now they get it to Shaw, to Rohr, and then it's tipped away. Bears will have it. Ethan Cox on the wing. Now back over to Shaw. Shaw back to Cox, and they'll reset it as Cox steps inside that center circle. 4:53 and counting here, second quarter. Cox will go left side. He'll go baseline, put up a shot, no good. Rebound is tipped wide. Showalter comes down with it and will give to Lamberson, and the Bears have a second possession. Lamberson with it over to Cox left wing. Cox steps out for a three. It's tipped away by Gomez. Rebound will come down to Alex Roth, and Roth is running. Roth stops, pops, three. And that's an air ball saved, but right to Titus Rohr, and Rohr's going. Rohr stops just outside the three-point arc and will set things up. Showalter with it now to Cox. Cox steps back in that center circle with 4:15 remaining here, second quarter. He'll go right side, work around a screen, then back out to Shaw. Shaw will give to Showalter. Trying to get it underneath to Titus Rohr. Lamberson with it. Shot at the foul line, no good. Rebound knocked around. It's going to be saved by Titus Rohr. And Rohr will give back to Showalter. So the third possession here.
Good hustle rebound by Titus Rohr. Make something out of it here. We've got to cut into this lead sooner rather than later.
Cox hits the deck. It was knocked away by Tyler Hurst. They'll get it down. And Showalter trying to pickpocket there. And we're going to get a timeout from Coach Joe Frank. It'll be a full timeout with 3:35 remaining second quarter. Your score is 16-4 Archbold. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network presented by BMU.
If you have a do-it-yourself painting job that really matters, you need professional-grade PPG paint from Grimm Paint Supply, located just north of Bryan at the intersection of County Road G and County Road 15. Whether it's interior, exterior, deck, or barn paint, industry alkyds, and Durethane, Grimm Paint Supply has everything you need, including brushes, rollers, and trays, and can mix your specific color right there on the spot. When you use a professional grade paint, it may cost a couple bucks more up front, but it will keep you off the ladder and end up saving you money in the long term. If the paint job really counts, call Grimm Paint Supply, 419-633-49.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Archbold will come in on that timeout, and Bryan knocks it away, and Archbold will still have it. Bryan trails 16-4 here with 3:26 remaining first half. Gomez will bring it up.
Feel good defensively to have held Archbold to 16 points this deep into the game, but it's still a 12-point deficit.
Gomez will work it around to Alex Ross. Now Bears will double team the ball. Three ball in the air is buried by Alex Roth, and it's 19-4.
His second of the game. As I mentioned, both Ross like to shoot the three, and against this 2-3, we're going to stay active up top and challenge shooters as much as we possibly can.
Lamberson with the basketball will dish over to Cox down low on the right side. Now back to Cox. Now Martinez, who has checked back into the game. Lamberson will try to work around a screen, put a shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Archbold. Roth is running. Roth works against Cox. Underneath to Ashton Kmeyer, then back out. Three ball in the air is no good. Titus Rohr comes down with a strong rebound. That was Theobald to miss that one. Now Martinez will get it over the timeline. Martinez working against Gomez. He will go right and then go left. Give over to Cannon Lamberson. Lamberson comes through the key. Needs some help. Bounce pass back to Martinez. Martinez to Cox. Cox will feed it into Titus Rohr. Rohr double team. Gives out to Lamberson, who launches a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Archbold. And Kmeyer gets that rebound.
Hey, Kmeyer's been really active on the boards on that, and the Bears have been limited to one shot just about every possession.
They had that one possession where they had 3 shots, 2 offensive rebounds, but that's about the only time that's happened. 19-4, and Gomez is content to just dribble the basketball here and sit at the top of the key. Cox will come in to give some defensive pressure. Then they'll go right side to Alex Roth. Roth back to Gomez. Gomez looks to drive. Dishes off last second to Kmeyer, who hits a bucket from the left block. And it's 21-4. Minute 27 remaining here, first half. Martinez gives to Lamberson. Lamberson down to Rohr, who's on the right wing. Rohr head fake. Cross court to Showalter. Showalter feeds back in to Rohr. Rohr puts up a shot. No good. Contact made. No foul called. And Archbold outlet to Brady Johns, who puts up an easy layup. Minute to go here, second quarter. 23-4 streaks. Well, they're as advertised with pressure. Martinez will come the other way, put up a shot and draw the foul. I think that's going to be on Alex Roth. And it is. Is that the first foul of the game?
I think you are right.
We're 15 minutes into the game, we get our first foul. There's been contact and stuff, but
I looked twice myself. It says second foul. Apparently the Bears have one somewhere. I'm trying to recall what that might have been. I missed it.
Oh, it's the Evan Cox block. That was what it is. Yep. Martinez misses the first foul shot. Martinez is a 86% free throw shooter usually.
Yeah, you don't see this. 2 combined fouls in under a minute of a varsity basketball game, and I don't know that I would be complaining a whole lot about it. It's been called about right.
Yep, absolutely. There's been some contact when people have gone up.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not been bad.
Neither bench is complaining.
Nope.
Pretty cleanly played, I guess, in that aspect.
Roth will go right onto that end again for the Golden Bears, and Archbold is going to again hold for the last shot. They did this at the end of the first quarter, and they bled about 56 seconds off the clock at the end of the quarter, and they're content to do it again. But the last time, Archbold didn't get a shot.
No, they didn't get the look that they wanted. We'll see if they make an adjustment here.
Bears need to be careful. They have both Kmeyer and Trey Theobald behind the defense. Now they move up. Archbold will run that pressure, and Cox is going to pick up foul number 2. Hopefully we didn't jinx him. 9.4 to go here. Second quarter, it's 23-4. Streaks. Theobald will inbound to Gomez. He's in Bryan's backcourt. He'll have it. We'll go right side around a screen from Cox. They'll dish on the right side to Johns, who launches a 3, no good. Rebound, tip is good. That's going to be Ashton Kmeyer. And at the end of the first half, it's 25-4. Streaks on top of the Bears. Back after this with the BMU Cable and High Speed Internet halftime report on the Golden Bears Sports Network presented by BMU.
At Bryan Ford Lincoln, we like to think we earn our Ford President's Award for Excellence every day. Our salespeople spend hours researching not only Ford and Lincoln products, but also our competitors. This helps us recommend the perfect vehicle for our customers' needs. That same attention to detail carries throughout our entire staff, from vehicle service to customer service. Everybody here at Bryan Ford Lincoln looks forward to earning your business with our President's Award attitude every day.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always. The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
How would you like an opportunity to expand your business, start a business, or move your current operations to a place with high visibility? Misty King of Amerimaid Realty has office space for rent on South Portland Street inside the Community Health Professionals campus. This massive space offers an office, storage room, large central room, and access to a community room and shared bathrooms. It would be perfect for an eye doctor, physical therapist, hearing aid center, retail space, meeting room, professional office, and more. Phone Misty today at 633-4997. 633-4997 and ask about 1215 South Portland Street.
Paul Rohrig at the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. We know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow, so we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning.
I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice.
At Fackler Monument, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area with a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes.
The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio. Check us out online at facklermonument.com.
At American Family Insurance, they know your life has many moving parts. From your four wheels to your hard-earned home and the financial future of your family, they'll cover the things that matter most. Bundle your home and auto policies for possible savings and add life insurance for convenient, future-focused protection so you can keep dreaming towards what's next. For details, contact Danielle Van Atta, agent. Call 419-636-0408 or stop by 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan.
As we enjoy football this fall, we're reminded that winter isn't that far away. Now's the time to get your furnace checked out, and you can do that with confidence by calling Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services. Take advantage of $25 off on the fall furnace tune-up. Also, if you're looking to purchase a new Lennox system, ask about an offer of up to a $1,350 rebate or 6 months no payments on qualifying Lennox equipment purchased between September 7th and November 27th. For all of your heating and plumbing needs year-round, call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services today, 1-800-329-40.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Contact Rick Taylor Insurance Agency of Bryan for more information today.
Halftime on the Golden Bear Sports Network. It is Archbold 25, Bryan 4 here on this UNWAL battle. Chris Malenga, Bryan Arnold, and Coach, it's been rough going for the Golden Bears tonight.
That's saying about as nicely as you can say at this point. The Golden Bears with 4 points at the half, all in the first quarter. We are 2 of 12 from the field, and that might be kind because I'm old and slow at stats, so I may have missed a miss or two in there, so hopefully it's no worse than that, and we've got 9 turnovers. You know, I go back to what you said from the very beginning. You know, I know we talked in some earlier broadcasts this year about how Wayne Trace and some other teams just play such in-your-face, active hand defense, and Archbold's another one of those teams that they just want to make the floor baseline to baseline, sideline to sideline, and they want to just make you miserable. If you have the ball in your hands, they want you to be miserable, and they've been really effective at that so far, just driving the Golden Bears crazy everywhere, whether we are taking it out of bounds after a made bucket and coming the other way, or if it's Titus Rohrer on the block and attracting a whole lot of attention.
Yeah, it's definitely been rough, and one thing that you noticed was we have, is it 11 turnovers and 9 shots?
9 turnovers and 11 shots.
11 shots. So yeah. It seems like the Bears are passing up shots that they should take. They're being patient, but they might be being a little bit too patient at this point.
It's starting to feel that way a little, I think. You know, we talked about, you know, in the last 3 games, when it's come down to the end and it was winning time, it's a lot of get the ball to Titus and see what he can do for us. And you know, I think somebody just at this point has to say, listen, man, it's 25-4. I think it's okay. Let's start taking some shots. Let's start attacking the basket. Let's try to get ourselves to the free throw line. I mean, there were only 3 fouls called in the first half. Yep. And like you and I both said, it wasn't because the officials were swallowing whistles. It was an extremely fast half, and the Bears are sitting in a zone. But I think if we start to attack the basket, yeah, I really thought Archbold did a fantastic job with that. What hurt us a lot in that zone, where we usually are really good, and we held a good team to 25 points in the first half.
Absolutely.
They hurt us with some penetration. Gomez and Roth did a nice job attacking gaps in the top of that zone, and then you had Kmeyer and Theobald on the baseline. They could step to some open spots, and they were the benefactors of some nice penetration and some great looks by those guards. The Bears can do the same thing, especially with as much attention as they and everyone else are going to pay to Titus Rohrer. Let's attack some gaps. Let's try to turn our guys' shoulders, make the help come, and then maybe we could get some, you know, dish it off here, kick it to a corner, start to get a little bit more of an attacking, aggressive offense going.
Yeah, absolutely. Early on, it was fine to be patient. Both teams were very patient, but the defensive intensity from Archbold, got to get that ball over the timeline. You got to get into them, maybe a little bit, get some contact, and hopefully get some whistles going your way. And then to be aggressive on the shooting end is definitely important. I want to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight on the Golden Bear Sports Network. As soon as I can grab them, I will read them. I'm just going to read them off the screen. Bryan Ford Lincoln, Grim Paint, Jason Deach Collision and Customs, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet, Northwest State Community College, Krill Funeral Service, Veteran Services, Williams County, and the Bryan Athletic Boosters all bringing you the game here tonight on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Main stop scoreboard shows 25-4 in favor of the Blue Streaks. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Things just aren't the way they used to be. Whatever happened to businesses that were eager to please you? At Krill Funeral Service, we offer the same outstanding service we offered decades ago. Are we hopelessly out of style? We certainly hope so. Krill Funeral Service, 860 West Mulberry Street in Bryan. If you have a do-it-yourself painting job that really matters, you need professional-grade PPG paint from Grimm Paint Supply, located just north of Bryan at the intersection of County Road G and County Road 15. Whether it's interior, exterior, deck or barn paint, industry alkyds, and Durethane, Grimm Paint Supply has everything you need, including brushes, rollers, and trays, and can mix your specific color right there on the spot. When you use a professional grade paint, it may cost a couple bucks more up front, but it will keep you off the ladder and end up saving you money in the long term. If the paint job really counts, call Grimm Paint Supply, 419-633-4979.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, the main stop scoreboard shows Archbold 25, Bryan 4 at the first half, and I'll let you run some stats quick here.
Well, on the Archbold side of things, the Blue Streak shot 50% in the first half, 11 to 22 from the field, and that includes 3 threes, 2 of them by sophomore Alex Ross, who leads the way with 8 points for the Blue Streaks. He's followed by senior Trey Theobald, who had 6 points. Senior Noah Gomez has 5. Then we have Ashton Kmeyer with 4, and Brady Johns with 2 to round out the scoring. No free throws. The only 2 free throws in the first half were A.J. Martinez for Bryan. He missed both. And then for the Golden Bears, Titus Rohr and Dakota Shaw both have 2 points.
And they were both in the first quarter.
Both in the first quarter. A scoreless second quarter for the Golden Bears. So, you know, 25-4 looks as bad as it sounds, but if you can make a good run and you can start to get some confidence, get some momentum, this is not impossible.
It'll be Bryan's basketball to start the second half here. Chris Malenga and Bryan Arnold with you. 25-4 again. Archbold leads the Bears. And Archbold coming out with some pressure as Cannon Lamberson inbounds to A.J. Martinez, and he'll work with Gomez at a 3/4 court press. Martinez will bring it all the way up and then give back to Dakota Shaw, then over to Lamberson. Lamberson top of the key will give to Cox. Cox will feed underneath to Rohr, backdoor to Dakota Shaw, up and count at the foul.
That was a great look by Titus Rohr. That's your classic big man, getting doubled right there, finding the open person, and a great finish by Shaw.
So Shaw gets points 3 and 4, and he will have the opportunity to take an extra shot here.
Chris, did you catch the foul on that?
I did not. I think it was on 11. Is 11 even out there? Yeah, I think that was on Kmeyer.
We'll give it to Ashton Kmeyer. Family's listening. Sorry, he was the closest one in the neighborhood.
Gomez will bring it up.
If it's anything like the first half, it won't matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're a third of the way home.
Theobald will give to Gomez, right side. He'll work around a screen. And then to Kmeyer. Kmeyer feeds underneath, and Shaw will pick up a foul as he hits into Theobald as he put up a shot. Theobald missed the shot, but we'll head to the line for 2.
There's the announcer, Jinx, talking about not seeing free throws, let alone making or missing.
Well, there they are.
Golden Bears look like they got a little confused there between Martinez and Shaw. Left Theobald open on the block, and a good find again, almost identical to what Titus was able to do on the other end. A nice diagonal from the elbow.
That one is made, so it is 26-7 on the main stop scoreboard. Archbold comes out with a full court press. Titus Rohr will give it back to Lamberson. Lamberson is working against Austin Roth. Lamberson will go over the timeline, then give to A.J. Martinez, who will set up the half-court offense, working against Noah Gomez. He'll work around a screen from Shaw, go in deep into the corner, then back out to Shaw. Now to Cox on the left wing. Cox feeds it underneath to Titus Rohr. Rohr has rare single coverage, loses the basketball, able to get it back though. And now he will look to drive, and it's knocked away again. And Trey Theobald will come and almost knock over a camera.
Yeah, super active there by Trey Theobald. Tipped it away, one-on-one with Titus, and then hustled back after being on the floor to tip it away again.
Inbound, Rohr has it. He looks to feed to Cannon Lamberson.
Got his hands on that one again.
Yep. Now Lamberson has it, looks to go up, then dishes out to Cox. Cox will feed back in to Titus Rohr. Rohr puts up a shot, it's up and good. 26-9. Bears have scored on their 2 possessions here in the second half. Gomez brings it up on the right side to Alex Roth. Roth will work around a screen, then give to Theobald, who goes baseline. Theobald will dish back out. 3 ball in the air to Alex Roth. No good. Rebound knocked around. And finally it comes down to Austin Roth. He will back up and give to Alex Roth. Alex will work in the center circle. He'll go left side to Gomez.
In a ball game with this kind of deficit, you really have to limit your opponent to 1 shot each trip. Good find, good finish.
Yep. So Ashton Kmeyer gets that one. Titus Rohr will get the foul. Kmeyer will have the chance for the 3-point play. Right now with 6:01 remaining, third quarter, the main stop scoreboard shows 28-9 in favor of the Archbold Blue Streaks. Kmeyer to the line. He shoots 70% from the line, and he makes that one. 20-point lead for the Streaks at 29-9. Dakota Shaw with it will find Martinez, who goes to find Titus Rohr, and he will be fouled and head to the line. That was a quick developing play, as quickly Shaw found Martinez just streaking through the Archbold defense through the middle of the key, and at the last second he dished off to Rohr, and the shot was blocked, and the foul was called against Archbold.
Yeah, good urgency there by the Bears. Nice job breaking it. Shaw to Martinez, and a quick push to Rohr.
Titus misses shot number 1. He is a 62% free throw shooter. 5:57 remaining here, third quarter. Next one, up and good. The Bears break double digits. 5:55 remaining, third quarter, 29-10. Gomez with the basketball. He'll give over to Roth. Roth will give back to Kmeyer. Kmeyer back to Gomez. Gomez fakes like he's going baseline, then he'll come to the left wing, trying to feed it underneath. Bears doing a good job of stacking things underneath there.
Yeah, they got away with a switch there. They switched small to big. A.J. Martinez ended up on Kmeyer down there.
Roth will go baseline and put up a shot as a little defensive pressure broke down there. Bears will quickly inbound after the bucket. Lamberson gets hit, no foul called, and they get it over to the timeline to A.J. Martinez. He'll feed into Titus Rohr. Rohr gets hit to the ground, no foul called.
A lot of contact.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely, a lot of contact there. Gomez will fire over to Roth. Roth will dribble 1 step in, put up a shot, no good. Rebound will come down to Trey Theobald. Underneath, he'll spin, miss a shot, and Dakota Shaw puts it up and in. Cox will bring it back. The Archbold fans wanted a foul there, but if Titus didn't get one, I don't think he's getting one.
No.
Martinez will go baseline, put up a shot, no good. Again, contact. And Gomez will get it and bring it up. Gomez stops. Then he'll go left side, working on Martinez. He'll go around a screen from Theobald. Gets knocked away. Martinez poking away again. Gomez has it. He'll give to Roth. Alex Roth on the right side working against Martinez. Martinez got some active hands on the defense.
And that's what coaches are going to look for right now, is with a deficit like this, who's still working hard, who's still sitting in a stance, who's still hustling and getting after it. That says a lot about the character of your team when kids are still playing hard right now.
Theobald will drive around, and Cox will pick up the foul. That'll be Cox's 3rd foul. And they will, well, they're going to say his 2nd. I thought he had,
second.
okay.
I believe early on Cannon had the charge.
Okay.
So there's 2 on him. Lamberson has 1, Shaw has 1.
Checking into the game is Carter Brown. And Cox will sit down. Just the 2nd sub for the Bears tonight. Brown defending against Alex Roth. Gomez with it. Gomez looks to drive, hits baseline, puts up a shot and in. And works hard to get right back to Martinez to guard him.
Really good move right there. Tough for Dakota Shaw to defend that guard out there.
Let's see, they're going to whistle that one and say the Bears have it, as it was knocked out of bounds by Kmeyer.
Yeah, Roth and Gomez are making it really hard on the Golden Bears inbound to guards right now.
Yep. So Carter Brown will bring it up. Works across the timeline. Quickly gets trapped in the corner. Then it bounced past to Lamberson. Lamberson will feed over to Martinez. AJ will go down low. Now back to Martinez. He launches a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Rohr. Rohr tries to get in underneath, put up a shot. No good. And they're going to say it was on the floor. So Titus will not be shooting. Checking back into the game is Braden Showalter. And I was incorrect. Carter Brown will be the third sub. So Bears will inbound underneath. The main stop scoreboard shows 33-10 with 3:21 remaining third quarter. Streaks on top. Inbound to Titus Rohr. Rohr at the foul line will give to Dakota Shaw. They'll feed underneath to Carter Brown. Brown waits for traffic to pass. Dishes to Rohr. Rohr launches a three and buries it. That was definitely needed right there.
Huge bucket right there for the Bears.
Gomez will come the other way. Bounce pass down to Theobald, who tries to go baseline, then will dish back out to Hurst. Hurst will go underneath. Shot up and made by Ashton Kmeyer, who just got behind Titus Rohr. Brown has it. They break the press. Heads up. Moves to Shaw on the left wing, then back out. Three ball again for Titus Rohr. No good. Rebound tipped around. Rebound comes down to Tyler Hurst. And Archbold going quickly. Gomez gets trapped underneath, and he will come back out and reset. 2:35 remaining third quarter. Bears need to come out and play some defense and not just let them dribble it around. Underneath for Roth is no good. Rebound knocked around, and it will go out of bounds off of Archbold, and it will go to the Golden Bears. 2:26 remaining. Good hustle there by Bryan.
Been impressed most of the night with great penetration by the Archbold guards and then finding an open post player or an open cutter when help comes. They've done such a good job of penetrating, but seeing their teammates has created a lot of easy buckets.
Showalter will get it over the timeline. Go on the right side to Cannon Lamberson. Lamberson then to Carter Brown. Brown to Shaw. Shaw on the left wing, now to Lamberson. Thought about a three, feeds underneath to Titus. Then back out to Carter Brown. Now, three ball in the air, and good for Braden Showalter. So back-to-back threes on trips.
That was a good job moving the ball there. That extra pass by Carter Brown got to the open shooter in the corner. Good finish by the senior down there.
Archbold brings it up, minute 48 remaining here, third quarter. Brown working against against Alex Roth. Playing good D. Gomez with it. Gomez will back it out. Working against Titus Rohr. They feed underneath. Lamberson will knock it out of bounds.
Now, I'm not going to say officials would do a thing like swallow their whistles in a big margin kind of ball game, but boy, is there a lot of contact down there. Carter Brown just took one of the Archbold players, put his knee in his rear end, and took him from the block to the top of the key. Like he was riding a bull.
Tall inbound comes down to Theobald in the backcourt. He'll bring it across to Alex Roth. Roth working against Brown. And now to Kenny Williams. There'll be a timeout called by Coach Joe Frank. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. Main stop scoreboard shows 35-16. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
Are you looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions.
Back on the Golden Bear Sports Network, main stop scoreboard shows 35-16 in favor of the Archbold Blue Streaks. Minute 15 remaining here, third quarter. And Bears have done pretty well here. They've got 12 points in the third quarter after only scoring 4 in the first 2.
Yeah, that's a lot more like it. The offense has been smoother. We've knocked down a couple of threes. We've been way more active on the offensive end, cutting, moving, and throwing the extra pass. Defensively, we're still not bad. It's 35 points at the end of the third quarter against a really good basketball team. We're playing good on the defensive end. We just need that to lead to some good offense.
Gomez with it. Last time they had the basketball at the end of a quarter, the first 2 times they just killed some time, and so now the Bears are going to need to stay engaged and remain active. Gomez will give to Trey Theobald, and Now to Alex Roth. Roth working against Carter Brown. Works around a screen, back to Gomez. Gomez to Lamberson. Lamberson. Now they switch off. And knocked away by Cannon. But Gomez able to get it.
Closing out that passing lane by Cannon Lamberson, taking advantage of those long arms. He did a nice job deflecting.
He's been good on the defense all night. And Gomez almost loses it again. Archbold definitely trying to hold for the last one as Theobald has it now. Now the Bears will slide back into that loose zone. They'll give to Gomez. Gomez looking to just hold for the last one. Bears need to play some D here. Lamberson working against Gomez, trying to get in there, steal the ball away. And we're going to get a foul on Archbold.
5-second call.
Oh, 5-second call?
5-second call. I wondered where the count was coming. It wasn't, I couldn't see the official on the near side. Sure looked like he was within arm's reach that whole time. Great job by Cannon Lamberson keeping him in front. I think Gomez was a little indecisive there for the Blue Streaks. Their first turnover of the half.
He was swiping around too, as was Lamberson. Quickly the Bears will have to get it up with 7 seconds to play. Brown finds baseline to Martinez. It's just blocked. And the Bears will not get another shot off. And at the end of the third quarter of play, it's 35-16 Streaks. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU. We'll take a minute here.
Isn't this kindness? It's my life. That's why I chose Northwest State.
All roads begin at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu today.
At Krill Funeral Service, we know family is a broad term. A family member comes in all sizes and shapes. They can also be fluffy with 4 legs and a tail, but they're all part of your family. They can go on vacations with us, they're at the center of the parties, and often they're the ones that are there during the toughest of times. When the time comes to say goodbye to those very special family members, we at Krill Funeral Services are here with an environmentally friendly choice for aftercare. Krill Funeral Services, we're here for your entire family.
My goal is a bachelor's degree, and I am starting at Northwest State. I get a great education and save thousands on tuition.
All roads begin at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu today.
And the Bears are down to the streets. We had a little commercial that interrupted that beautiful shot, but Archbold will get it to start the fourth quarter.
Feels like everything's going fast tonight. This is
Absolutely.
Fast in the game. Everything's been quick.
Absolutely. So Archbold moving it quickly. Alex Roth with it. Feeds underneath to Theobald. Puts up a shot, no good. Rebound knocked around. Theobald gets his own rebound. Again a rebound. And the Bears just can't get a defensive rebound. Theobald will dish to Roth. And then Roth will give back to Alex Roth. Cox defending against Alex Roth. Roth will come right through the middle of the key, go right past everybody. Rebound comes down to Tyler Hurst for Archbold. And now we've got a foul going the other way, and I think that's going to be whistled against Alex Roth. We'll see what the call is. But I'll tell you what, he just blew past Evan Cox.
And I've been impressed with the first step of the Archbold guards. Their perimeter players have just been so quick attacking the basket.
They really have. So Cannon Lamberson will look to inbound. He'll give to Cox, working against Gomez. Lamberson will set a screen. Cox will get it all the way around, come all the way to Titus Rohr. Head fake goes baseline, then gives to Shaw. Shaw will put up a shot. It's blocked. Rebound will come down to Archbold. And quickly, they're heading the other way.
Nice penetration by Titus. Dakota Shaw's just a little more confidence. Attack that guy. Go get to the free throw line.
Archbold, Roth will give to Alex Roth. Now Alex Roth will go baseline, then give back out to Tyler Hurst. Hurst, now back to Alex Roth. Roth will go through the middle circle, working against Cannon Lamberson. Cannon will give him some pressure. He'll dish it off to Gomez down low, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay right here. Carter Brown with the active hands on the defense. Brady Johns will check in, the 6-foot junior.
I have a video this morning
for Archbold. So they will inbound real low with Theobald working against Titus Rohr. Theobald will get it to Gomez, who's working against Brown. Gomez, very active. He'll go to the left, then give over to Theobald. Theobald will hand off to Roth, and Roth will go back and set things up again, working against Shaw. He'll give to Johns, then underneath. Hurst goes baseline, then we'll dish over to Austin Roth. Now Roth will try to come back in. They dish out 3 ball in the air for Trey Theobald, and he drains it. 38-16, 6:02 remaining.
Good offense right there by the Blue Streaks. Ball is constantly moving, penetrate, kick. Everybody's seeing their teammates and being ready when they catch the ball to shoot, which is the most important part of what Theobald pulled off at the end there. Hands were ready, feet were ready.
Rohr with it. They gives to Lamberson, and it's blocked, and they're going to get a foul on, I think, Trey Theobald, and send Lamberson to the line. Theobald's argument is he had all ball. Nope, they're going to actually call Tyler Hurst for that one, so this will put Lamberson to the line.
Another nice find by Titus Rohr right there.
Yep. Rohr has been double teamed and triple teamed after every time he gets the basketball, which we said early on was definitely going to happen tonight.
Yeah, there's not too many scouting reports on the Golden Bears that aren't going to have Titus Rohr at the top and the central focus of what you need to do to stop us.
So we got another one coming for Cannon Lamberson. Main stop scoreboard shows 38-16 in favor of Archbold. 5:43 remaining. That one goes in. So 38-17 now. Archbold will bring it up. Brown working against Gomez. And Gomez able to get it over and push off Brown. Lose the basketball. Oh! And they're going to get Brown on a foul. And I thought Gomez stepped on the line. But they're going to give a foul on Brown. I think that's a good foul.
Yeah, he's trying to get up. We've got to get up and play some defense.
Yep.
We've got to force the issue a little bit. If the worst thing we do is bump and foul a little bit, that's fine. If there's any kind of comeback left in this game or any kind of run, here's where it's going to happen.
Bears will knock it away. Cox will get called for the traveling violation. And he disagrees.
Shuffled his feet a little bit there before he came set, it looked like.
Alex Roth will check back in. Gomez will sit down. I'll tell you what, every time Gomez has the basketball, he's active, he's moving, he's able to see the floor.
You know, he does a nice job handling on the perimeter real quick.
And he was one of the players for them on the football side of things too.
Yep. Yeah, good running back, great safety.
Archbold with it. They'll give to Alex Roth. Roth working against Brown. Brown has been kind of the guy out front, out top, and he's done a great job. Bounce pass underneath, shot up, and no good by Brady Johns. Rebound will come down to Lamberson, and the Bears will run it the other way. Here's Martinez. Martinez to Lamberson. He'll come through the middle of the key, and they're gonna, who are they gonna call that on? Are they gonna call the block or the charge?
Well, I think they're discussing. They're just going to who's going to win this argument.
They're going to call a charge. I'm not so sure about that.
No, and I think the official on the side was ready to put Cannon on the free throw line.
Wow. Tell you what, if I'm Coach Rufer, I want some explanation on that one.
Especially when the official had to ask the other official what number it was that committed the foul.
Absolutely.
So I'm not sure you saw that real clearly if you're not sure what player it was that did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, 38-17, and what the result is a foul on Cannon Lamberson and a turnover for the Bears, basically.
Yep.
Bears double teaming, triple teaming in the back. They find a wide open Brady Johns who puts up a layup. That's the one thing that happens when you double and triple team. There's always an open man.
Yep.
Archbold did a good job of finding him that time.
And that's the danger when you're doing it against a team that plays like this, and they play like that against each other in practice every day. They're used to seeing it, and they're going to make some good passes.
Cox will miss a shot. Rebound will come down to the Streaks, and they'll go the other way. 4:14 remaining. They get underneath again, and that is Austin Roth who makes that one. Carter Brown hit the deck. So 42-17 your score now. Under 4 to play here, fourth quarter. Cox to Titus Rohr. Rohr launches a three. It's going to be short. Rebound will be chased down by Archbold. And they'll go out of bounds off of A.J. Martinez's knee. Keith Heward will check into the game. as will Braden Showalter.
Pretty much the story of the game. The Golden Bears get a shot at trip right now. Their offensive rebounding's been about non-existent since like you said, that flurry there in the first quarter. In 1 or 2 possessions, we did a good job, and then since then we've not been able to get anything on the offensive glass.
Archbold will bring it down quickly, break that pressure defense, and Trey Theobald will have it now working against Cannon Lamberson. They'll feed it to Alex Roth. Now Roth will actually launch a shot and bury it from inside the three-point arc, and they're going to get a foul. And let's see if they're going to count the bucket, but a foul would have been after. And the foul is going to be called on.
Going to call it on Keith Heward. So the bucket's good, and Archbold will get the ball out of bounds underneath.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure what people are seeing.
23. Yeah, I'm sure we were both tracking the flight of the ball.
Right. Well, Archbold will get another one as Alex Roth will inbound to Hurst. Bears moving around, playing good D. Alex Roth has it, working against Carter Brown. Roth will come in, put up a shot, and bury it. Nice layup. 46-17, 3:18 remaining. Archbold pulls off the press.
Yeah, the sophomore for Archbold's had a great night tonight. He's got good body control, great first step. His crossover is really effective.
Cannon Lamberson.
A lot of good things. And he went up and just ripped that one down.
Lamberson launched a 3, no good, and Roth comes down with the rebound. So Archbold in control this one at 46-17. 3-ball in the air is no good. That was Brady Johns, and Bears will bring it down quickly. Cannon Lamberson stops, goes left side to Carter Brown, feeds underneath to Titus Rohr. Rohr turns at the foul line, makes another basketball move, puts up a shot, hits the deck, and he will go to the line, I hope, as the foul's called on Trey Theobald. We didn't have anybody asking anybody else what the situation was there, so.
Yeah, just another one of those times. Titus catches the ball with his back to the basket. He's drawn a lot of attention. That time he didn't settle for anything outside, went strong to the hoop, and he's always going to get contact.
First one up for Titus is good. Whole mess of Bears check in. AJ Martinez will come back. Curtis Shaw will come back. We're also going to see Joe Watson, Parker Vollmer for the first time.
Dylan
Dominic. Parker Vollmer is going to check in for Titus there. Yep, Dylan Dominic, the other one. 2:38 remaining, 46-18 on the main stop scoreboard. Rohr has another foul shot here. This one is up and good. So Vollmer will check in. So your 5 on the floor for the Bears. We've got Martinez, Watson, Vollmer, Shaw, and Dominic. 2:33 and counting. Kenny Williams with the basketball for the Streaks. Streaks have put a couple of their reserves in as well. Jaden Schultz is in, as is Gavin Bailey. Kenny Williams will have it, working against Joe Watson. Brady Johns as well. Johns will try to feed it underneath. It gets knocked out of bounds and will stay here. They're going to say it went off AJ Martinez. Also checking back in is Keith Heward, as Shaw will sit down. So Archbold will inbound again under their own basket. Hurst with it now. They'll move it around quickly. Launching a 3 is Brady Johns, and that one goes in. The Bears will head the other way, 49-19.
Johns has had that look from the corner a couple of times. Got his feet set. Nice stroke on that one there for the finish.
Dominic with it, will give to Martinez. Martinez looks to drive, then gives to Watson. Now to Dominic. And it's stolen away. And Kenny Williams will go coast to coast and put up the shot, miss it. Rebound will come down and get knocked out of bounds and will stay here with Archbold.
Good hustle by AJ Martinez right there, and a really nice job by Williams with the jump stop, pump fake, let him blow by. Just couldn't finish it for the Streaks.
Aiden Pels will check in for Archbold, or for the Bears, excuse me. Archbold still moving along, still playing hard. Minute 24 remaining in this one. Kenny Williams steps into a three, draws the foul. And he'll go to the line for 3 foul shots. They're going to get Hooard on that one. So Kenny Williams will get to do 3 foul shots here. You don't often see that.
No.
First one is up and good. Williams, a 5'11" senior. Second one, also good. Main stop scoreboard now shows 51-19. That one is good too. That may be the only 3 free throws he's taken the whole year.
Well, he earned that three-pointer the old-fashioned way.
Yes, he
got
did.
all of them from the line.
Absolutely. Bears will try to get something going here. The last minute and 10 to go. Keith Hooard will go baseline, put up a shot, no good. It's knocked around, and Hooard will get it again. He'll get fouled as he attempts that one, so he will head to the line.
Good job by Hooard and Vollmer being active on the offensive boards right there. Got some big solid bodies playing some post positions right now for both teams, and there were some good battles going on.
So Hooard will get 2 here. First one is up and no good. Hooard will have shot number 2. That one is good. So 52-20 now. We go approach the 1 minute mark here. Main stop scoreboard. Johns will bring it up to Kenny Williams. Cross courts it over to Gavin Bailey. Bailey loses the basketball, picked up by Williams. Now back to Johns. Johns working against Dylan Dominic. Screen set, Hooard goes to steal. Johns able to protect it. Schultz with it now. Schultz will come, give over on the right side. Now back out to Brady Johns, top of the key. 33 seconds to play. They'll give in the corner to Schultz. Schultz will launch a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Hooard, and then it's stolen away. And
his hand
Hooard
caught up in Williams' jersey.
Yeah. And that was just Hooard going after the rebound. And that is the 7th or the 8th team foul for the Bears. So that's actually going to be foul shots again for Kenny Williams. Williams was a perfect 3 from the line. And those were his first 3 free throws of the year. And he's now a perfect 100%. That one, no good.
I wasn't sure you could jinx a free throw shooter on just his 4th one of the year, but you did.
You know, now he's 75%.
That jinx just works. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Hayden Pels with the basketball, under 10 seconds to play. Now to Hooard. Hooard will turn, put up a shot strong. It's blocked. Archbold gets it back, and they will just dribble things out. And at the end of the game here, the main stop scoreboard shows Archbold 52, Bryan 20. And the Bears move to 2-9 on the season. Archbold will move to 9-2, excuse me. So we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be in the Oberlin Tomba post-game show, and we'll give you some stats and recap this one. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network, presented by BMU.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters invites you to become Bryan Strong. In the past 3 years, the Bryan Athletic Booster Board of Directors has purchased new women's basketball uniforms, new football uniforms, and the Athletic Wall of Fame you can see in the hallway next to the gymnasium at Bryan High School. They have also made donations to the Bryan Soccer Association for the Lighting Project and the Bryan Swim and Dive teams to offset the cost of YMCA diving board and pool equipment. With your contributions, we can accomplish even more. Become a Bryan Strong corporate patron today. Go Bears!
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
Here at the the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
We know in life that we take time to celebrate life events. We help families honor the lives of those they love by highlighting what made their loved ones special and honoring the legacy that was left.
We are often very busy, but we encourage families to slow down, take time to gather together, and celebrate the impact their loved one had on their life. Allow us to work with you when the need arises to create a personalized and meaningful service. Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we are always here when you need us.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton.
Bears Sports Network, the main stop scoreboard shows that the Archbold Blue Streaks defeated the Golden Bears by a score of 52-20 here. We are in the Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory post-game show. Chris Malenga and Bryan Arnold, and Coach, it wasn't very pretty the whole game for the Golden Bears. Only 4 points in the first half, and then only 16 in the second half.
Yeah, you take away the third quarter, and it's an 8-point ball game, single digits. So that's just, that's not good enough any night against anyone. But when you're playing a level of competition like Archbold, that's just going to get you into a really bad spot.
Let's take a look at some final stats as we wrap this one up.
For the visitors tonight, the Archbold Blue Streaks, those guys go to 9-3 on the year and 2-0 in the league. They had 16 twos on the night. They had 5 threes as a team. They were 5 of 7 from the line for their 52-point total. They were led by Alex Roth, who had 2 3-pointers and 14 total points. He was followed by Trey Theobald. He had a 3-pointer, was 1 of 2 from the line. He had a total of 10. Ashton Kmeyer had 9. Noah Gomez had 7, Brady Johns had 7, and Kenny Williams added the 3 free throws. Austin Roth added a bucket also for their 52. On the Golden Bears side of things, for their 20 points, they had 4 from 2-point range, 2 from 3-point range. They were 6 of 9 from the line. Golden Bears were led again by their leading scorer, Titus Rohr. He had 10 with a 3-pointer, 3 or 4 from the line. The next leading scorer was senior Dakota Shaw. He was 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He had 5 points total. Braden Showalter knocked down a 3 tonight for his 3 points, and then Keenan Lamberson and Keith Heward both had a free throw for 1 point each. The total of 20 points for the Golden Bears. The Golden Bears ended up with 12 turnovers, which was a nice change in the second half after having 9 in the first. Archbold had less than 5.
And defensively, they didn't play bad at all, because as you were reading those stats for Archbold, I'm looking down at the averages. Noah Gomez averages 6.7 points per game. He got 7. I mean, they're going to get their points, but the Bears, I thought, did a good job defensively throughout the whole game. It's just they couldn't knock down shots of their own.
No, and I think they got the pace of the game where they wanted. The game was, like we kind of joked about how fast it was, but they wanted to shorten the game. They wanted there to be fewer possessions for Archbold. Then the other side of that, is no mystery. If you're going to shorten the game, you're going to go fewer possessions. That's less possessions for you, and yours have to count.
Yep, absolutely.
And we shot 16% from the field in the first half, and we were 4 of 15 in the second half. I'm a social studies teacher, but that's not going to be a good number. Whereas Archbold was 11 of 22 from the field in the first half, and 9 of 20 in the second. So just under, probably shot 48% on the night. From 2 and 3, so just not going to get the job done.
Absolutely. Well, we want to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight on the Golden Bear Sports Network. They include Bryan Ford Lincoln, Jason Dietz Collision and Custom, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veterans Services of Williams County, Grimm Paints, BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet, Creel Funeral Service, and Northwest State Community College. I want to thank our crew bringing you the game tonight. Our director was Eric Herman, our production assistants Chris KB Bryce and Tony Malenga, cameras Parker Rosebrook, Char Miller and Donnie Miller. Want to thank Chad Savage and Teresa Kuzmal here at the VHS BHS Athletic Department, the Art Department, Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponzak, and our board ops back at WQCT Radio. One final time, this has been a production of BMU Video. This broadcast is copyrighted by BMU and the Board of Public Affairs for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast without the, including descriptions or accounts of the game without BMU's consent is prohibited. One final time for Bryan Arnold, I am Chris Malanga. Your final score, Archbold 52, Bryan 20 on the main stop scoreboard. Have a good night, everybody.